She thinks I'm a little lazy, I think she's a little crazy. We like summer and we like spring, watching wrestling in the ring. She ain't shy, she speaks her mind, tough as nails and smooth as wine. We burn hot as kerosene, baby, we got our own thing. She ain't skinny and I ain't tall, and that don't bother us at all. I run naked through the yard, she'd flash every police car, drinking wine and getting tired of shooting out the damn street lights. How does she put up with me? Oh, baby, we got our own thing. We got our own thing. We don't need no rain. We ain't rich, but son of a, we're a hillbilly king and queen. Life don't seem so hard with you beneath the stars, 'cause we're growing four-leaf clovers in the yard.
There ain't nothing that he can't fix. He's a hard-headed son of a bitch. We got married on the Georgian line. Watch out, ladies, this one is mine. He works hard and just don't quit, even if his pants don't fit. Lord, he'll be the death of me. Baby, we've got our own thing. We eat good like you ought to do. Mashed potatoes and gravy too. Picnic table out in the back. He's only had one heart attack. Pecan pie beneath the moon. Paper plates and plastic spoons. We're as close as two sardines. Baby, we got our own thing.
We got our own thing. We don't need no rain. We ain't rich, but son of a, we're a hillbilly king and queen. Life don't seem so hard with you beneath the stars, 'cause we're growing four-leaf clovers in the yard. Holding hands and touching minds,
Smoking grass and feeling fine.
we're as crazy as a cuckoo clock.
We're the weird ones on the block.
Stuff some cash down in her bra.
I even like my mother-in-law.
She's my backwoods beauty queen.
Baby, we
Got
got
our own thing. We got our own thing. We don't need no rain. We ain't rich, but son of a, we're a hillbilly king and queen. Life don't seem so hard with you beneath the stars, 'cause we're growing four-leaf clovers in the yard. Yeah, we're growing four-leaf clovers in the yard. I live down the road from Buddy's barroom. I got a running tab that's done run away. Sometimes I think I'm whistling past the graveyard. Last night I got so drunk I didn't even know my name. But the beer's cold and the music's always playing, and the jukebox is the best there is in town. Set you free at a happy hour, country songs and whiskey sours.
stand up strong, face the truth about themselves, to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the show. I look so black, I can't see myself. Huh? What did James say? Okay, we have to adjust the lighting here. I was so black, I couldn't see me. What the? Talk about being black as an ace of space. I brought it home just now. Anyway, you can get, sorry about all that. Well, not real sorry, but that's what we were doing, adjusting the lighting. I couldn't see myself on my horse. What the? It reminded me of Alabama, trying to go home from my girlfriend's house late at night. On the plantation, no street lights. And I relied on the horse to take us back home. Anyway, you can get involved by calling 888-77-53773. 888-77-JESSE. Jesse. Jesse. My biblical question for this week. My biblical question. Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you? Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you? Amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. jesseleepeterson.com/show. All right, and we're on Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. And some people busy laying out at the beach. Some people are working out. Some are stuck in airports. Some are making breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whatever you're doing and you're not able to just sit there and watch it, you can podcast, of course, but you can listen to the show on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 641-793-1500. 641-793-1500. And don't forget to follow us, ring the bell, subscribe, hit the like button. Follow us, JLP Talk on Twitter, and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. There is trouble in the land, and it's going to get worse. Trouble in the land, and it's going to get worse. So it's Tuesday. And every Tuesday is Bible Thump. No, it's not. It's Country and Western Tuesday. Bible Thump is on Thursday. Country and Western Tuesday. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama used to rub me in her cradle. In that old cotton field back home. It was down in Louisiana, just about a mile from Texas County. In that old cotton field back home. Amazing! Country and Western Tuesday. We let the dogs out. Nice. All that was done by the talented, great talented Hassan. This horse and the guy riding the horse and the hat. And last Tuesday, the hat was on back. We didn't know it. But somebody watching the show caught it. Thank you.
What the?
Amazing. So, I have been saying that, and it's just true. You think things are bad now, and they are. They're going to get worse. They are going to get worse. You ain't seen nothing yet. It's going to get worse. And rather than pretending that it's not and deceiving yourself, why not work on you yourself so that you can be okay in the worst world, messed up country and world, really. But I put America first. It's going to get worse in America. It really is. And so why not work on you so that you'll be able to be in it, but not of it. Not be afraid, not have anger, not have hatred on your heart, or any of those things, but you'll be free from within and without. You can't live that way in a messed up world. Because there are two things happening. There is an illusional world outside of you, and there's a real world inside of you. And you can live from the real world within and be just fine in the messed up world without the illusion. You really, really can. But you, the individual, the one, have to be willing to work on you, to stand alone, to shed all of your false identities about self. Because once you shed all of those things, you're going to see not only what's happening in you, but clearly what's happening in others. Without even trying, it'll just be apparent. And the only reason you don't see what's really going on in others is because, I got to drink some water. Excuse me here. Hold on. Uh-huh. The only reason you don't see what's going on in others, you don't see what's going on in you. It starts with you and it ends with you. It really, really does. But you got to be willing to work on you. Otherwise, you're living an illusion. Nothing is real. The new world, the kingdom of heaven, eternal life is within. It's right here, right now, from within. But you got to overcome who you think you are and become nothing. Nothing meaning no identities, no ideas. Just be. What? Because it's going to get worse. And I got proof. I've never imagined that I would see so many adults, grown folks, past 18 and in their teens, but past 18 and older, become victims to live by and be and have a victimhood mentality. I just never thought, something you just never think about. I've always thought, but now I know better, that adults, men and women, but especially men, I always thought that adults men especially, will always work on themselves to be the man that they should be. Because we all start out rough. We were born into crazy parents. And so they cause us to fall away from innocence and wake up to weakness and darkness and anger and all that mess, right? And so we do crazy things along the way. But I just never imagined giving up or becoming a victim. In life, in that fallen state especially, you're just going to go through things. But you don't give up on yourself. You take the bumps and you ride over them, right? You just don't give up. I remember, and I mentioned this before, when I moved to L.A., after a while there were a few homeless people downtown L.A., and they had these homeless shelter things, and they were feeding them, and you see that in our opening when we were showing the downtown, the homeless people. That was from 34 years ago, right? And it was a few homeless people downtown living in those shelters and on the streets. And then the church people and others would go down there and feed them and praise the Lord. But I used to wonder, what happened to those people, like 34 years ago? I wonder what happened to them that caused them to just give up on life, on themselves. And they were mostly black at that time. They were mostly black. A few Mexicans, but mostly black men. And some women, but mostly men. And I wonder what happened to that individual, those people that they decide, you know what, I'm not going to fight for myself anymore. I'm just going to give up, live on the street, accept free food at a homeless shelter. I'm just going to be home and walk around looking crazy. And I wonder, I would love to interview and talk to those people one day to find out what happens in your life that you just totally accept the victimhood mentality. To the point that your family threw you out because you're a drug addict, you're hurting them, and you just don't try. I can't imagine not trying to be better in life, whatever better is, right? But now we have a bunch of people that is living on this earth, and especially in America, with the victimhood mentality. And I noticed that there are people who are living financially high on the hog. They're living in mansions. Don't mention it. But they're living in mansions, and they have gated communities, and they have buku money, and they work overtime to make sure that you maintain a victimhood mentality. They lie to you. They don't tell you how they so-called made it. How come they're so wealthy, and why they have amazing homes, and sometimes 3 or 4 homes around the country and around the world in some cases. They don't tell you that. They don't encourage you. But they say things that keep you angry and a victim. And they live off that, and you let that happen. That was even worse. Okay, I don't remember a lot right now, but I remember when I was a Democrat, and I became a Democrat once I moved out here to L.A., and I started listening to Jesse Jackson and Louis Farrakhan and others, and they were talking about how bad the white people were treating the blacks, and they were holding the black people down. And I was young. I didn't know it about it at the time. I believed it, even though I didn't believe that in Alabama. I became like a victim. But then I started to question things. Okay, if the white man is holding me down because I'm black, why they not holding y'all down just telling us this? Because Jesse Jackson and Louis Farrakhan and all their kids was in great schools, and they had a father and a mother, and they were living in beautiful homes. And I noticed that when they graduated school, they got amazing jobs. So Maxine Waters running around talking about racism, living high off the hog. I'm like, how are those black people making it? Why are the white folks not holding them down? And when I started to question things, that's when the answers started to come. We were being lied to. They wanted the blacks to be victims because that gave them a sense of perceived power and wealth. They would raise money getting government money for burning down the houses and stuff, but it would end up in those people pocket, most of it, and never the people. And nobody was getting better but the ones that were saying that you're a victim. And I noticed that the victims don't question that. They just accept it, and they stay in a victimhood mentality all their lives. What a horrible way to live. Why not take responsibility for your own life? You're grown. You're a grown person. Fill in the blank. Why not? You know what? I'm not giving up on myself. What the? Okay, I give up on everybody else. They don't want to play, fine. But I'm not giving up on me. All I have is me. Why would I give up on me? The victimhood mentality is out of control. This is from The Guardian. In a podcast interview, Barack Obama criticized Tim Scott over his stance on race relations in America. Watch this from Fox.
I'm not being cynical about Tim Scott individually. I am maybe suggesting that the rhetoric of can't we all get along? And the quotes you made about, from my speech in 2004 about there's a United States of America, that has to be undergirded with an honest accounting of our past and our present. And so if a Republican who may even be sincere in saying, I want us all to live together, doesn't have a plan for how do we address crippling generational poverty that is a consequence of hundreds of years of racism in the society, and we need to do something about that.
The one thing the far left does not want a black person to be in this country is a conservative. It is possible for America to come together, but not because of the color of our skin, but because of the consistency of our value system.
You see how wicked Obama is, the fallen Messiah? That's evil. He's living high off the hog. He's black and white, but he's black. He's black and white. Why not tell the black folks, you know what? Here's how I got to where I am today. Here's what I did. You know, the white man is not trying to hold you back anyway. It's the black people who are trying to hold you back, by the way. But why not say what he did to get to where he is? Instead of making the people believe or encouraging them to believe that racism in America is still bad. I don't know why Tim Scott trying to be an example of overcoming that. We need to keep saying that. This evil, wicked male was the president of the United States. How did he get there? Why not tell the folks that? Why not tell the people that? Remember, some of you might remember Obama pretended that he wasn't into the black thing when he was running for president. But as soon as he got in there, that's all he became about. And pushing the gay agenda. But why not tell the black, if you love the blacks, why are you working overtime to keep them in their victimhood mentality, keeping them down? And you black. And Tim Scott is telling them how you can overcome it. And I'm not a Tim Scott fan. I would not vote for him or anything, but at least he said, you know what? You can make it in America. It has nothing to do with your color. Racism is not, it doesn't exist, by the way. I'm saying that. I don't know if Tim Scott believe that. But it doesn't even exist. And the people lying to you about it. Just live your life. Be you. Live your life. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Don't try to be like anyone else. Don't try to get what someone else got. Just be you. Live your life. Don't see yourself as rich or poor. Just live life. You'll be fine. But can you imagine that Barack Obama, the so-called president of the United States, the father Messiah, and Big Mama Michelle ain't no better, Obama. They're the same. That's evil, folks. That's what evil look like. But what's interesting is that there are black people who are listening to that and believing it and not even questioning, okay, Obama, racism is so prevalent. How you and Big Mama make it? How y'all get around the white man holding you down? Tell us that so we can overcome that. You would think there would be black people saying that. But no, they're falling for the lie. Generation after generation after generation. That's what evil looked like. Obama is possessed with demon spirits of the heart and of the mind. And he's lying to you. I remember when his little president thing ran out, he went to D.C. and got a home up there and built a wall around the home. But he's not for a wall around the border. Why don't y'all see this? Why don't you see it and stop being so stuck on being Democrats that you don't see how these people, what they're doing to you? Don't hate, don't get angry, but see it so you can overcome it. It's a spiritual battle. And the devil doesn't care what color you are, or male or female. It's time to wake up before it's too late. I want to show you this female. If ever the word narcissistic existed, it is alive and well in this female. This woman this is another example of evil. She thinks that she's all that. She really thinks that. Narcissistic, what is a narcissist? It's an evil person who is and everyone who has anger, has hatred, right, and fear, they're all about themselves. They're not about anyone else but themselves. They don't care about anyone but themselves. They can say, I love you, and be lying to you. They don't love you. You can prove this. Let someone tell you, oh, I love you. Let your mama or your husband or your wife tell you, I love you, and you don't say, I love you back. Even your children. You tell your children, I love you. They don't say, I love you back. You're going to get mad at them. I just said, I love you. Okay, thanks. But this woman, straight out of hell, descendant from the gates of hell in Israel. If you ever go to Israel, I recommend you do. Go and visit the gates of hell. It's interesting. Well, this woman came out of there. This is from hot air. Talk about hot air. This is an example of hot air. Y'all know what hot air is, right? Hot air is. White House press secretary is quite taken with herself. She is elevating herself to a person of historical significance. Watch this from Washington Free Beacon.
A year in this role, there's been a couple of things that has made me incredibly proud. Many things that made me incredibly proud to be at that podium during this historic moment. Again, this is a historic administration. I'm a historic figure, and I certainly walk in history every day. But this is also a historic making administration because of this president.
Wow. Nothing telling you she's a historic figure. No, lady. Female, you are not a historic figure. George Washington is a historic figure. Abraham Lincoln is a historic figure. Not you. You're just a little press secretary who is high on the hall in your imagination. What the? And that black guy sitting there interviewing, just looking silly at her. I wonder what he would think. What the? She is a person of historic significance. Somebody need to have Black Lives Matter put the statues and things back up of the great people who built the greatest country on this side of heaven with the help of God. And then they need to take that female around and show, no, this is a historic figure, not you. There's nothing significant about that female. But this is what our world, our country, my country is coming to. Things just ain't the same. Folks, racism does not exist. It's all an illusion. That's why I'm encouraging you, not the only reason, but encouraging you to overcome the illusion of yourself. In the imagination. You're none of the things that you think you are. You're neither good nor bad, right nor wrong, sinner nor saint. It's an illusion. You're neither black nor white. You're neither male nor female. But you're not all the little it things that the world's saying that they are now, non-binary and all that crap. And they're not a non-binary, whatever that means. It's all an illusion. Wake up. Overcome the illusion. The real you, you're going to wait until you get rid of all your illusion of self, and the real you will appear, and you're going to be like, what was I thinking? I can't believe this female thinks she's a person of historic significance. All she does is sit there and read a cardboard paper every morning with nothing else. And most of those things are lies. Just lies. You got to overcome this victimhood mentality. You're smarter than what you know. You don't know how smart you are. Let me take a quick break. 888-77-53773. I'll be back in a moment. I have books that are amazing. I highly recommend you get them. 7 Guaranteed Steps to Spiritual, Family, and Financial Success Guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job, or you're on welfare, it can help you if you do Be doers of the word. All right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame. Scam. How the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them. The blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663. Amazing. God did not create you to be a victim. He didn't create you to have a victim mentality, victimhood mentality, or to be one in life. You're supposed to be a conqueror. More than amazing. But you're living like a victim because you turn your life over to others. They're living high on the hog. Even though they're unhappy within, they're still miserable. But at least outwardly, they're living high on the hog. And they stay high on the hog because they make you feel like a victim. And you fall for it. That's just another human being with no meaning. Anyway, a couple announcements. Oh, by the way, let me see your country and Western Tuesday shirt. Country and Western Tuesday. Amazing.
Amazing.
Country and Western Tuesday. Nice.
Yes, sir.
You feel like a cowboy? No?
Yes.
Have you ever rode a horse?
I did one time, yeah.
Oh, just one time in your whole entire life?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It was pretty scary because it was up in the mountain canyons.
Right.
And it was the horse was walking right on the edge.
Nice.
And I was like, what the?
So, can we call you Hoss?
Oh, yeah. Outlaw Haas.
That's right. Amazing. Anyway, the Hake Report is coming up at 9 a.m. The HakeReport.com from 9 to 11. And at 11 today is Tuesday, every Tuesday. JLP Friday TV at 11 a.m. Pacific time, right after the Hake Report. The Hake Report is right after Jesse Lee Peterson show. And then JLP Friday is right after the HakeReport.com. And after JLP Friday TV, the American Anchor Baby at 12 noon Pacific time. So we got a lot going on for you. 12 noon Pacific time. All right. I want to, if you haven't already, you're missing it, so I want to remind you, you got to check out BigClubUSA.com. Here's what you're going to find. People tell me I have a lot of alpha energy. Jesse, what gives you so much alpha energy, they say? Is it energy drinks? No. Is it cigars? No. It's Alpha Jerky. Alpha Jerky from Big Club USA. Alpha male, and you can have Alpha Jerky energy too. Amazing. Go to BigClubUSA.com and put in the promo code JLP33, and you'll get 15% off of your purchase. Good. I'm not a beef jerky kind of a guy, but Those are really good. I'm not just saying it. And don't forget, you can support us by going to cash.app/bondjlp. Cash.app/bondjlp. Let me go to Nathaniel. Nathaniel, a first-time call out of Wisconsin. See you. Nathaniel, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, perfect. Jesse, I just want to thank you for everything you've done so far as videos and information. I should call you Uncle Jesse.
Amazing.
But also, I wanted to tell you about my progress of my silent prayer. I've been doing it for almost about a week now, and I could definitely see some changes. Right now, I do.
Are you? Hold on. Are you on? You're not on speaker, are you?
Yeah, is that a problem?
Yeah. Hold on 1 minute, Nathan. I'll come back to you. Don't hang up. I'm gonna let Sean work that out with you, and I'll come back to you. Let me go to Louis out of Ohio. Louis, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hi, Jesse. Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Second-time caller. I don't want to take a lot of time. Obviously, there's other callers, but I was planning on calling you back and asking, because I've been really conflicted with this. Long story short, 27 years old, beginning of this year, I finally moved out of my parents' house. I graduated college kind of late. Got a new job. Things have been going pretty good. So I've been learning a lot about myself now that I'm, independent from them. But what's been coming up is just all of the resentment that I have for them, especially all the built up over the years. So my question is today, I was wondering how do I forgive? How do I go and forgive my mother and my father for what they did to me? Like, because I want to have peace, and I want to be. I'm tired of living in my thoughts, as I know you've talked about over and over again, and how all thoughts are lies, and I believe that. I just was wondering if you could give me some advice on that.
Let me first ask, and then I will ask, what took you so long to move out? Why you wait until you're 27 instead of 18?
Yeah, great question. Honestly, Jesse, I think it's just the way I was raised. I wasn't raised to really understand that was not that was not cool. I actually, when I called the first time I talked to you, I was talking about how I was so discontent with living with my parents. But my father never really showed me how to be a man. He never really sat down with me and told me, like, hey, son, you're a big boy now, and it's time for you to go out and do your thing. Yeah, I would say no excuse for it, but I feel like I had to figure it out on my own. So as unfortunate as it is.
When you turned 18 and you were still living there, then you turned 19, then you turned 20. Then you went to 21. There was nothing inside of you saying, why I'm still at home. I'm a man. I need to be out. I'm grown. There was nothing encouraging you within yourself. You didn't feel uncomfortable being there as a man.
Yeah, I did. I did feel uncomfortable. I think mainly what was keeping me there was. I guess similar to, I know Joel's story a little But I think at the time I probably just thought it was okay. I was thinking, oh, I'm young. I can just live with my parents and work and save money. And
But you wasn't young. You were a grown man at 18. It's not like you still in high school and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I understand that now.
Right.
But at the time, I didn't know that.
Amazing. And so why do you resent your father?
Well, I think, as I mentioned my last call, I grew up with my mother kind of dominating my father, telling him what to do.
Yeah.
Essentially, like, my dad was the man of the house, but he really wasn't the man of the house.
Right. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, and the reason he just got that from his father, from his upbringing, I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself, because I know I'm listening to your show today. I'm not a victim. I don't want to see myself as a victim.
Right.
I want to be an overcomer. I want to have peace in my life. I want to put this to bed.
Yes. So let me ask. Let me ask. You see that you resent both of them. You can see you're angry at them, right?
Yep.
And do you think it's right for you to be angry at them?
I know for a fact, Jesse, that it is not right, that it's sinful.
So knowing that, all you got to do now is go to them and apologize for resenting them, because just as you cannot help yourself but to resent them, they couldn't help themselves. Their mothers did it to them as well. And so that's all they knew, or that's all they know. They had no love to give you. They had no direction to give you, because they couldn't see for themselves. They couldn't see. So forgive them. Hey, mother, or hey, father, I'm sorry for resenting you. I know now you can help yourself because I can't help myself. I see it clearly. And God will forgive you because you see that you have this anger, and you see that you're wrong for judging them. They couldn't help it. He would take away the mother's identity, her spirit, which is of the devil, out of you, and give you back your innocence, which is love, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. And, what's interesting is, my father, there have been so many interactions that I've had with my dad over the past couple months. And, just like now being, an independent adult, there are times when, I'll talk to my dad in person or on the phone, and I'm like, I still feel like, like he still sees me like I'm his little boy. And I'm like, Dad, you can talk to me like I'm a man now. You don't have to talk to me like I'm, 12, and it's, so I think he understands that now. But I'll be honest, like even now, even while I'm out of the house, my parents still, I still feel like I'm getting there, but there have been many times in the past few weeks, few months that I feel like, man, you guys still don't really see me as like an adult, like even the interactions we have. So
that's going to change. I promise you, once you truly forgive them by apologizing for resenting them, that feeling of feeling like a child will change. It will leave you. It will disappear, because the only reason you're feeling that way is that you have anger toward them, and whomever you have anger toward control you, right? And so, but that feeling will disappear too. That spirit will depart from you, and it wouldn't matter how they treated you. You would be an adult. There would be no feeling of feeling like a child. You would be able to talk to them man to man, a man to woman. You would be a grown man and not feel like you're their child anymore, because the feeling would disappear when you stop being angry. And most people don't understand what attached them to people, places, things. It's the anger that they have. And so, but you'll overcome that once you forgive them.
Okay. So, should I go to my mother first?
Whichever.
I know you said that the mothers turn their sons away from the father.
Yes.
So, do I go to my mother first and say, Mom, I've resented you for, a long time, ever since my youth, because you created me. I feel like you might not like this, but this is the way I see it. Is that?
But don't say to her, you might not like this. Don't sugarcoat it.
Okay.
You got to stand strong on this.
Beta,
Yeah. Don't be a beta.
Yeah.
How you going to forgive? You got to feel all the fear that you're going to feel dealing with her. You got to let that, because that fear is not you. That's the spirit of the devil that made a home of you that came from your mother, right? And so don't sugarcoat it.
Spirit.
I'm sorry?
That's like the spirit of like the female.
Yes. And so don't sugarcoat it. You want to, if that fear overwhelms you, if it feel hopeless, if it feel like you're not going to be able to get the words out, just do it anyway, but don't let the feeling be there so you can overcome it.
Okay, so I know you have to go, but so if I could just confirm this. So I go to my mother. I say, Mom, listen, I need to sit down with you. I need to tell you I've resented you practically my whole life because I feel like you created me to be just like you, to be like your image, and that took away my identity. But I just want you to know that I forgive you. And that's it.
That's it, but don't practice it. Don't practice what you're going to say.
Right.
It's just knowing that you need to forgive her. You see that you have this anger toward her.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You see that it's wrong, that she couldn't help herself. Now just go, and you're going there just to say, I'm sorry for resenting you. But don't memorize everything you're going to say, and let the Spirit of God, He will give you the right words to say. And you might not have to say but one or two words. You may have to say three. But don't.
So I need to forgive. So I need to forgive her, but at the same time I need to ask for forgiveness for resenting her.
No. Never, ever, 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 but never, as long as you walk this earth, as long as there's breath in your physical body, never ask anyone for forgiveness.
So,
because
who do I say sorry to, Jesse? Because I know you mentioned just now, like a couple seconds ago, saying, "Hey, I'm sorry for resenting you."
You say that to your mother and father.
But I don't. Okay, but it's not like asking for forgiveness. So I just say, I want you to know that I forgive you for turning me away from my father and creating me in your image.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for resenting you.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's how it works.
Yeah, you don't ask for forgiveness. God will forgive you. Human beings don't forgive. Human beings judge. And if you ever ask human beings, men and women, for forgiveness, it's like they think you're giving them a sense of power and control over you. It makes them feel right when they're wrong, right?
That makes sense.
That's why God said, you go and apologize for resenting them, and I will forgive you. So you apologize. You are wrong. They're wrong for passing that spirit on to you, but you're wrong for resenting them.
Right. Right.
And so you're just admitting, I resented you and I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I know you can help it.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And then lastly, after my mother, I go to my father and say what to my father?
Same thing. You let my mother rule over you, and she turned me away from you because that was awful to see, and I'm sorry for resenting you for it. I see now you can help it.
Because you were weak, Dad?
If that comes, you can say it. You may not have to say that. But if it comes to say it, yes.
I mean, it seems like that's what you were saying. Like, hey, Dad, listen, I'm sorry for resenting you for being weak.
Yeah, absolutely. He was a beta. He's weak.
Yeah, and then he pushed pass that on to me. And, and I see it, Jesse, like, my interactions with women,
Yeah.
And
because you're doing exactly what your father did,
Yeah.
because every woman you get involved with, it's the same spirit that's in your mother. And so
Right.
you become the boy, and the woman you're dealing with become your mama.
Right. I'm sure you know of Mr. Rich Cooper's podcast.
No, I don't. And I don't want to know it. Don't mention that. I don't know who that is.
Okay.
What
he
the?
he was at the 21 convention, but
Okay.
he said, like, what is it? A woman should not be the focus of your life. And you said that as well.
You should keep God seek the kingdom of God in His right way,
Right.
and you'll be fine because you're putting God first, loving God with all your heart, your soul, and might, and everything else will be added unto you, and it would never be your God.
Right. So, yeah, I think I understand now, Jesse.
Are you doing the silent prayer every morning, every night?
I'm not.
What's up? What's the? Why
Well,
are you?
I'm telling you the truth.
I know, but why are you not doing that so that God can guide you through all of this?
I think it's because I just never really, what is it that you said? It's like people kind of grow up in the church, but they still don't know how to pray, because you have to go within.
Yeah, so do the
am I
silent
correct
prayer.
about that?
Yeah, do the silent prayer so the light of God can bring you out of the darkness of the thoughts, and then go and forgive, and the rest will be easy.
Okay. And you don't think while you're praying. You just close your eyes and you sit there and you just let God speak. You let
the instruction when you do the silent prayer, it'll tell you how to do it. You just want to watch the thoughts. There's nothing else for you to do but to watch. They're not you. You're not your thoughts. You're not your feelings. You're not your body, right? You're not the emotion. And so you just want to observe that, because that's the spirit of evil, and there's nothing you can do about it. So don't fight with it. Just observe it. And the light of God will destroy the darkness.
Right. So observing, you're silent, but you're observing the fact, because the thoughts are lies.
Yes.
So
and emotions are lies too.
Right. So you're like, you are thinking about, not thinking, but you are observing the lies.
You're observing the thoughts, which are not your own.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
Let me know how it goes, Louis. I got to run.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Jesse.
You're welcome, buddy. 888-7753-773. Wow. When I come back, straight to the phones and your super chats, all right? Hake is coming in with the Hake news, not the fake news, but the Hake news. 2 more hours to go, Country Western Tuesday. I'll be back in a moment. Amazing.
There is in town. Set you free at a happy hour. Country songs and whiskey sours can cheer up any man who's feeling down.
We have a counseling service, and I have to admit, thanks to God, it is the best counseling service on this side of heaven. I counsel with men and women, families, individuals around the world. Most people are unhappy, they're miserable, they have rough lives, they're depressed, suicidal, young and old, of all races. I understand, I know why, and I do understand it. Because exactly what's happening in me is happening with everybody outside of me, inside of them. And I've noticed that with those who really, really, really want to understand, they overcome it just like that, out of one counseling session. If you need counseling, you can go to rebuildingaman.com or call 800-411-2663. 800-411-BOND. Best counseling service on this side of heaven.
insurance companies won't make deals with homeowners in risky areas, many of them. And can you blame them? I don't know. Big search for 5 missing in a submarine gone missing, touring the Titanic wreckage at the bottom of the sea. And a tropical storm, Brett. Are they giving storms male names now? But maybe it's a female name. Causing a hurricane watch. And the evil UN honors Happy World Refugee Day today. Did you know? You always learn that type of stuff from Hake. What a mess. Signal boosting. This is the end of hour 1 of the JLP Peterson Show. It is Tuesday. It's a Country and Western Tuesday, June 20th, 2023 AD. Last day of spring, am I right? Stay tuned for hour 2. Jesse Lee will be right back. But first, Hake news, not fake news. Risky living and commie capitalism, I'm suspecting. Commie Nonsense Network CNN reports major insurance companies are pulling out of some states entirely to limit their risks where natural disasters are common. Uninsurable places are growing across all 50 states. But it's now especially difficult to find reasonable homeowners insurance in California, Florida, and Louisiana due to the likelihood of damaging hurricanes, not in the case of California, and wildfires in the case of California. I feel like I'm not getting the whole story, though, right? Maybe there's some type of regulation causing some problems, among other things. Titanic tour sub gone missing. A massive search, according to Commie Nonsense Network, operation is underway to find a submersible. Is that also known as a submarine? With 5 people aboard, which went missing on a trip to view the wreckage of the Titanic. You remember that boat from over 100 years ago? The vessel lost contact nearly 2 hours into its dive on Sunday, the U.S. Coast Guard said. Among those on board are a British adventurer, a French diver, a Pakistani father and son. Officials are racing against time to find the sub, which has between 70 and 96 hours of life support. The dive to the Titanic site usually lasts up to 11 hours, according to the tour company. The Titanic sits at the bottom of the ocean nearly 2 miles below the surface, southeast of Newfoundland, Canada. Also spelled Newfoundland. Hurricane watch, a tropical storm named Brett, is that a woman's name? Has formed over the central Atlantic Ocean and will likely become a hurricane by Wednesday, reports Commie Nonsense Network, if you believe them, which I do. It's still too early to tell what impacts, if any, it will have on the U.S. mainland. However, early projections from the National Hurricane Center show the storm could impact Leeward or Windward Islands later this week. Ever heard of them? The Leeward Islands, located in the northeastern Caribbean Sea, Caribbean if you're like that, meets the western Atlantic, which include the Virgin Islands, Saint Martin, and Antigua and Barbuda. To the south are the Windward Islands, Dominica, Grenada, Martinique, and others. Everyone in the Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands should closely monitor updates to the forecast and have their hurricane plan in place, so said the National Hurricane Center. Happy World Refugee Day from the evil UN. Today is World Refugee Day, reports Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, a day designated by the United Nations, the evil UN, to honor the millions of refugees around the globe, if you're a baltard, who have fled their home countries. The UN estimates the number of refugees worldwide is now approaching 35 million people, with more than 12 million in Europe. Poor Europe. On Monday, a total of 41 multinational companies pledged to provide jobs, training, and work opportunities to more than 250,000 refugees in Europe. The companies include Accenture, Adecco, Amazon, Cisco, Generali, Hilton, ISS, Marriott International, Microsoft, Randstad, Starbucks, and The Body Shop. Bunch of commie capitalist globo homo corporations, am I right? Anyway, there's a bunch of Ukrainian refugees too. 5 million. I'm James Hake, now to JLP.
ain't the truth about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the second hour of the show already. The second hour. You can get involved by calling 888-77-53-773, 888-77-JESSE. The biblical question for this week, a brand new, and it's another doozy. Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you? Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you? Amazing question. We have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on jesseleepeterson.com/show. And you can listen if you're busy and can't sit and watch it. You may want to podcast later, of course, but you can listen to the show anywhere in the world on your iPhone or iPad by calling the listen line at 641-793-1500, 641-793-1500. And don't forget to follow us, JLP Talk, on Twitter, and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. Hit the like button, ring the bell, subscribe, and all those things. All right? So it's Country and Western Tuesday. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama used to rock me in a cradle. In that old cotton field back home. It was down in Louisiana, just about a mile from Texas County. In that old cotton field back home. Amazing! Country and Western Tuesday. Amazing. Grandpa, tell me about the good old days. Amazing. Let me go back to Nathaniel. First time call out of Wisconsin. Let's see here. Nathaniel, let's try it again. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me more clear?
Yes, I can. Yes.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give you my progress as far as doing the silent prayer and forgiving my father and mother. So with the silent prayer, definitely seeing changes in my life immediately within the first week. Just the other day, I was traveling, and I could just see Satan moving throughout the freeway when I was driving because, for some reason, everyone was upset that I was going the speed limit when that's when you're supposed to do, right?
Right. Yeah.
But moreover, like I said, I forgave my father and mother, and actually, surprisingly, not saying that my dad was a bad father, we just didn't really connect that well. He was the first one to respond, and then the opposite happened with my mother. She hasn't replied to me at all, and I've been trying to reach out to her about forgiving her. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know about that. Again, love your show. And one last thing is, actually, I think I married Satan, Jesse, because my wife is educated and she's a Democrat.
Oh, man. What the? Yep, you married the devil and you married your mama.
Should I end it or what should I do?
Do you have children with her?
No, we just got married last September.
Oh, and why do you think she's Satan now? What is it about her you see now you didn't see before you married her?
Definitely, she's trying to control me. My father's a beta. I wasn't the first son. Her father's a beta. She was the first to be born. So that was the first sign I saw based off of watching your videos. And then also her anger. She definitely deals with a lot of anger, whether it's destructive of material things or even self-destruction on herself.
Amazing. And have you talked to her about the anger, her anger, and told her she need to go and forgive her mother?
Yeah, I share that with her. I think that's part of the problem too, is that her mother and herself will always get into it as far as battle.
Yeah.
And they never apologize to each other. They just, brush it off the shoulder and continue with having these separate problems, but still trying to build that relationship.
The one thing I don't, like always, if you don't see exactly what to do nothing, right? Continue what you're doing. But I would definitely recommend you not making any children with her at this time, because the marriage will eventually end. Because now you're waking up and you're overcoming the spirit of evil, the anger and stuff. And she's just going to, unless she work on herself, she's going to get worse, because she will be losing control over you. And the devil doesn't like that. And so it's definitely going to get worse now that you're working on yourself. So I can't tell you just divorce her, but I can tell you that it's going to get worse. But because you're overcoming her by overcoming anger, overcoming your mother, you'll be able to deal with it, and you'll be able to see if you should stay or go.
Yeah. And her past relationships, too, I've definitely learned to, definitely understand a little bit more, because her past relationship, she was the alpha one, and everyone else she dated was beta. So, going into her life, I definitely want to make sure that if this does continue in a healthy way, that it's, through God and, her overcoming her battles.
Yeah, well, one thing for sure, and without a doubt, if she doesn't forgive, she's not going to overcome anything. It's just going to get worse. You didn't know she had this anger like this prior to marrying her?
No. We've been together for almost 5 years now, and these past 2 years have been where it started to happen. And it's just through her and her mother, not through her and I. And there'll be some small things that, her and I will have a disagreement about, but that's because it started with her mother having issues with her, and then I'm the one to blame because I'm the closest. I'm the closest punching bag.
Amazing. And how do you deal with it prior to realizing what was going on, when she would try to come after you like that, go after you? How would you deal with it?
Yeah, I definitely listen. Sometimes I've ran away, which I know is definitely not helping the situation, especially what you say, running from it, it's definitely not going to solve any problems. It's only going to get worse. So definitely try to sit there and listen to her. She definitely enjoys a lot of long walks, getting that fresh air, even though we live in Wisconsin with 4 seasons in one day, just trying to get her to talk about it and, vent.
Here's what I highly, highly recommend. Highly recommend. Highly. From this point forward, don't listen to her vent. People like that, they love venting. They love walking down the hike and talking about how miserable they are and what their mama or dad or somebody did to them. Or they love playing victim. So when you listen to it, you're giving it life, and you're helping to keep her in the hell that she loved living in. If you have told her you got to go and forgive, I don't want to hear it no more, and she's going to get mad at that by saying, oh, you don't love me, you don't listen to me. What she's saying is that you don't listen to me vent my hell. You won't help me stay in my hell by not listening. Don't listen to that, man. It will last forever, and she will get even worse.
Amen.
Some of the worst people on this side of heaven are those who love venting about how bad things are for them and blaming others for it. And they just can't stand this person and that person. What they're telling you, I love my hell, and I need you to listen to my hell. It's all vanity. They get a sense of vanity for being able to play victimhood. Don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Just say, hey, I don't want to listen anymore. I'm not going to listen to your hell. You're getting high off complaining. I'm not going to feed into that. I told you what to do. Go and forgive so that God can forgive you and you'll be fine. And if she doesn't do that, don't listen to her complain anymore. That's what I recommend. Do what you want, but I recommend that.
Well, we've been right so far. I've definitely
look at the blacks.
Seen it every single day.
Look at the blacks. Not all, but most. They've been complaining victimhood for 70 years. Have they gotten better?
No.
And all they ever do is look for other reasons to complain, blaming it on the white man, white supremacy, and blaming it on this, and they want affirmative action. They love their hell they live in, and they love people listening to their hell and to help keep them there. If you don't listen to this woman complaining.
So should I just shut her off and, explain why I don't want to listen to it? Or
just say, no, I'm not going to listen to it. I told you how to overcome that anger, and I'm not going to go into your hell with you to listen to you complain. You love your misery. That's all she's saying. I love my misery. That's why I'm not going to forgive. I love being unhappy. I love being angry. Why would you want to share in that? Hello, it's me. I've been wondering after all this time. Are you still there?
I'm with you.
What are you thinking?
Oh, I'm just trying to process it.
Oh, she's going to give you hell because women love for men to listen to their hell. And they'll say, you don't love me. You never listen. You don't care about my emotions. You don't listen to me. You're not supposed to listen to hell.
Mm-hmm.
You're her husband. You're supposed to bring her out of the hell that she's in, not go in the hell with her and listen to her. You both are just worshiping the devil.
Yeah, I agree.
And she's gonna complain about it, but she's saying in coded language, you won't come into my hell with me. You won't worship the devil with me. You don't love the devil like I do. Come into my hell. And then both of you will catch hell.
Right. I'll definitely follow up with you and give you my progress with her. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Are you doing the silent prayer morning and night?
I am, absolutely. Yeah, I just started just about a week ago.
Stay with it. Stay with it because she's gonna try to give you hell because she won't be able to control you anymore. And she get life from control. It's a fake life. It's false, but it feels like life to the dead. She be getting life from controlling you and other men as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bumpy ride, but you'll be fine. You stay with the prayer. You forgive your mother. And you're willing to lose it all for freedom. There should be nothing or no one or anything that you want to hold on to rather than letting go so you can be free.
Well, I appreciate the advice, Jesse. God bless you.
Let me know how it goes, buddy. And, one last quick thing. What did your father say when you forgave him?
Yeah, let me pull it up real quick. He said, I did this on Father's Day. So he said, thank you for remembering me. You're my son, and I always care about you.
Nice. Did you text him or something?
I called him, and like I mentioned before, he's terrible at, receiving calls and calling back. So I just sent a text, and then he followed up with it.
Oh, okay. Or and you tried to call your mother?
Tried calling her, no response.
Satan is on the run.
I agree.
What a mess. All right, Nathaniel, let me know. I have a cousin named Nathaniel, and we grew up together, so we're like brothers.
Yeah, a quick story, and I'll let you go. I was actually preyed on, and that's why they named me Nathaniel, because I'm the only son, and they got blessed by a son.
You were actually what?
My parents prayed for a son, and they named me Nathaniel, because Nathaniel in Hebrew means gift from God.
Oh, right on. Amazing. Nice. Well, thank you. Let me know how it goes, all right?
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Amazing. Every human being on this side of heaven, everyone who's born through the woman must be born again of the Spirit of the Father. Everybody catching the same hell for the same reason. Situation might be a little different. The person might be a different person, but it's the same hell. It's the same hell, and you just don't know it. Everybody you see, everybody you hear, they're dealing with the same hell. What a mess! You must be born again of the Father. Read the Bible, whoop and holler at Jesus, feeding the hunger, whatever. Having degrees ain't gonna do it. Making money ain't gonna do it. Living in the biggest house ain't gonna do it. You must be born of the Father. There will come a day when I will return the children to the fathers and the fathers to the children. Josh out of Georgia. Georgia on my mind. Josh, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jesse.
Hey,
Great show
Josh.
you got going on, man.
Right on.
Yes, sir. I was calling in to the biblical question.
Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you? Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you?
Because the shame comes from thoughts, and the thoughts come from the devil in me. So the devil uses the shame to control me.
Repeat that, Josh.
I said the shame comes from the thoughts, and the thoughts come from the devil in me. So the devil uses the shame to control me and get me to do what it wants me to do.
What the?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. The only logical reason I can see it, that's where all shame comes from, man.
That's amazing.
Well, yeah, because I kind of, yeah.
You kind of what?
It almost seems like some shame may be good for me, but I don't. I think it's like some shame comes from the conscious in me to help me see that I shouldn't be doing some things, but I can't tell for sure if it is or not. So it's got to be an illusion,
Are you doing that silent prayer morning and night? Every morning, every night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I want to respond to it because you mentioned some very interesting points, but I can't because I got to wait until Sunday. All
right. I understand. I like that you don't respond because I kind of need. I don't want you to just straight up tell me. I want to know that I know.
Right.
I want to understand my way of thinking.
That's
that way
right.
I know if it's a lie or not. Right.
Amazing. Well, I definitely appreciate you responding to the biblical question, and I will put my little 2 cents in on Sunday.
All right. Sounds good, man.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right. And there's a line open, 888-775-3773. Andrew's out of Connecticut. Andrew, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, how's it going?
All is well, sir.
That's good to hear. So I just been going through just some hard times just recently. It just a lot going on. Just really nothing life changing, but just we're moving, and I do live with my parents currently.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Why are you still living with them?
I really haven't had an example to set me for what I want to do. So there was just a lot of questioning in between of what I wanted to do. But, you know, I took a couple years off, and I'm going to school currently.
Why go to school when you could just get a job, get yourself an apartment, and start living? What you doing in school?
I'm studying to become an electrician.
Speak up a little bit. Speak from the chest.
I'm studying to become an electrician.
Oh, why can't you work while you're studying that?
I am currently. I have a full-time job.
Really nice. So why don't you just get yourself a little bachelor or something?
It takes about 4 years to complete, and I just started a couple months ago.
You just started work or school?
I just started work a couple months ago, excuse me. I've been working before I started going to class.
Oh, okay. And so they're moving, and you're moving with them?
Yes, correct.
What does that feel like?
It's a new experience only because it hasn't happened to me before. My family, my mother exactly is, she has a lot of anger, and she's looking for a new place because she got a new job, and she's really stressed out and high-strung over it.
And your father's still with her?
No, he does not live with us.
Oh, just you and your mother?
Yeah, it is.
Amazing. Why? Do what you want, of course, right? But I wouldn't move with her again. I'll move away from her and let her be stressed out with her own life so that it doesn't impose on you. You're not her husband, and you're not her boyfriend.
No. Yeah, I mean, it's just difficult to do only because I'm setting the
Speak up for me, buddy.
myself.
Speak up.
It's okay. Sorry about that. It's just a little bit difficult for me to do only because I'm the only one on my side, and they're just really angry, so I try to stay away from them.
It's difficult to do because you're the only one on your side?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
They just seem very angry.
And they're angry at you, or?
Yeah. Yes.
And why are they angry at you?
Because the process of them moving was slowed down because of how they handled it, and it involved me.
And when you say them, who are you referring to?
My mother and my brother. He's younger than me.
How old is he?
He's 23 and I'm 25.
Oh, okay. And so he's moving with her too?
No, he's actually getting the old house that we're moving from.
Oh, I see. Why don't you stay at the old house and let your mama go?
Because my brother does not like me as well. He's very angry. Yeah.
So why don't you just move on? You need to figure out a way, move on with your life. Don't be moving in with these people that don't like you. They're going to destroy you.
Would it be a problem if I were to live there for a bit just to save my money or to pay off something and then get my own place?
At the house there with your brother?
With my mother, because my brother does not want me staying here after my mother moves.
Oh, and would it be a problem if you stay with your mother a little bit to pay off some bills?
To pay off a couple bills so I'm more able to get my own place.
Why don't you get a second job?
I've thought about it, and I really wouldn't have a lot of time to do my classwork afterwards.
But you could do the class later.
I go to class at night, and I go to work during the day.
Are you working a full-time job right now?
Yes.
And if you got an apartment, a little bachelor or something, nothing fancy, and a pretty decent area, it doesn't have to be in the hood or anything, you can't afford a bachelor apartment?
Currently, from what I'm making hourly, I don't think so. I think I would need to get a better paying job or just get 2 jobs, like you said.
And why not get a better paying job? Anything to prevent from moving in with your mother.
I've just been really concerned with all this drama going on. I really haven't looked for a better paying job.
Look for a better paying job so that you don't immediately look for a better paying job so you can get yourself a little one-room apartment or something so you don't have to keep going with her. You're never going to be free as long as you live with her. And you said we all have bills to pay. Get yourself a better paying job, and you'll see how to work the bills out, too. It'll happen naturally for you.
Okay. I have another thing is that I also have a girlfriend as well.
You have a girlfriend?
Yes, I do have a girlfriend.
How old is she?
She is 23.
And why do you need that kind of trouble right now?
Honestly, I'm asking myself the same thing.
And what do you tell yourself?
I try to ration with myself, because I do love her, right? We do complement each other very well.
You don't love her. Why do you think you love her?
Why do I say I love her?
Yeah.
It's a good question. I enjoy her company, and as I said, we do complement each other very well.
There are people who enjoy dogs' company and cats and alligators. and that's not love.
She listens to me. She listens to me very well. She has her moments. She doesn't listen, and when she doesn't listen, it's just very. It's like talking to a wall.
Yeah. Are you living with her? I mean, does she live with you?
No, we don't live together.
Oh, okay.
I see her before I go to work in class.
Oh, you don't have time to get a second job, but you have time to see her. What the?
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, I mean that's exactly why I feel as if I'm not managing my time as properly as I should.
Here's what I recommend. Do it to one, of course. I recommend you dump her. I recommend you do the silent prayer. Have you forgiven your mother yet?
Yes.
You told her?
Oh, yeah.
And what did she say?
She was crying. No. She honestly thought I was the enemy. She was like, she thought I was saying that she didn't raise me good enough.
She didn't raise you good enough. That is what she's saying.
I know she didn't, but she couldn't hear all that in one time. And she just instantly started crying, and then she walked off shortly after, yelling and screaming.
And yet you're going to move into another place with her.
I know. That's why I'm working my hardest. I know I could work harder, though.
Yeah. Listen, here's what I recommend because of time here. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Not as often as I should.
And why not?
I need more people like you in my life to remind me.
But so your pain is not enough reminder for you?
It is. I more so do it in the morning time. I need to do it more so at night.
Yeah, do it at morning and night. Here's what I recommend. Do the silent prayer so that God can guide you and cause you to overcome all this hell that you're living in, right? I can't do it. No human being can cause you to overcome it. I'm pointing you to the source that would work through you to make it happen. I would recommend, can you hold a minute?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, let me take a short break. I'll come back and we'll finish up with that. And then the super chats and more phone calls. Short break, back in a moment. Now, I totally disagree with the way things are going, but you can't be angry. because that's what the enemy wants. He wants to control you. They do things to make you mad so they can control you. It's like being married. And the wife would do things to make you mad, or she'll do things to make you feel good. And men do that to women too when they want something from the woman, especially sex. They'll make her feel good or they'll make her angry. And the woman's gonna have to say, you don't want to be angry. You want to speak up. You want to disagree with what's going on. It's wrong, but do not be angry. Then you won't have fear. You won't have doubt. You won't have worries. You'll be able to see, but you got to stay away from anger. That's why you must forgive your mothers and your fathers so that you can overcome the spirit of anger. It's a spirit and it's wicked. Nothing good in anger because it has no love, folks. You need love to defeat evil. And love is not a weakness. It's a strength. It's from God. It's His nature. Okay. Amazing. Good morning to Kick.com. How y'all over there at Kick? Welcome to the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Kick. We're now streaming on Kick. Amazing. Amazing. A few announcements. To donate and have your comments read out loud, go to jesseleepeterson.live, jesseleepeterson.live, and buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. Buymeacoffee.com/JLP Talk. And for personalized shout outs, whatever the occasion is, I do them myself. Birthdays, weddings, anniversaries. One guy had me propose to his fiance for his girlfriend, now fiance, once he does it. Well, he was proposing, but he did a shout out for it. So we do it. Go to Cameo, CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. CAMEO.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. And check out our merch at rebuildingthemand.com/Jesse Lee, /store. Rebuildingthemand.com/store, all right? Amazing merch. And don't forget, White History Month is coming up. And they celebrate everything. I heard Jay mention on the Hake News, there was some type of, this day is the recognition of illegals or somebody. World Refugee Day. What in the world is that? Everything
Come on,
but
man.
White History Month. Come on, man. What the? July is White History Month. July just feels white. Let me go quickly back to Andrew out of Connecticut. So, Andrew.
How's it going?
Here's what I recommend. Number one, be glad that you're an outcast with your families and friends and everybody. They were never your friends. They were never your family anyway, all right? You were living in an illusion thinking that they were your family, and they were not. So be glad to see that, but don't resent them for it. They cannot help it.
Okay.
You're blessed that you're an outcast. Number two, do the silent prayer morning and night so the light of God will bring you out of the thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. And He'll bring you out of the darkness of imagination, and He will give you a clearer mind. And so do that morning and night, and then during the day, if you get caught up, bring your mind back to your body. Your body is present, but your mind can be an illusion of a past or a future. And then whatever number we are, find yourself a better paying job, and do not move with your mother.
I shouldn't move with my mother.
No,
Okay.
It's time to grow up and deal with life. You're going to grow into a man when you're dealing with life. You will never grow into manhood being with mama.
Yes, that's very true. That's honestly why I'm just trying to get on my own program.
Yeah, so get get go quickly find yourself a better paying job. A whole bunch of jobs out there nowadays, and find yourself a little small place or something to live in, and you'll grow out of that. God will cause that to happen. You'll grow out of that into a bigger place, and one thing will lead to another one. But you got to take life on. Don't resent it, but live it, and you'll be fine.
Okay. I'd like to answer the biblical question if possible.
All right. And do you want to? Do you have time for a girlfriend right now?
Honestly, I don't even feel as if I do have enough time for my own personal life.
Well, drop the girl for now and be done with that and work on you. And God will add whatever needs to be added unto you. It'll be done perfectly. You'll be fine.
Before you answer or ask me the biblical question, it's about my girlfriend and time. It's almost as if she doesn't have time for me.
Good. You don't need her to have time for you. You ain't no baby.
Well, no, not in that sense. Like when I'm in class and I go to work, it's almost as if she doesn't understand that I'm there, and she'll get upset that I'm doing things like that.
Oh, I see. No, she's just trying to control you.
Yeah. It really does feel like that.
She want to be your God, and she want to make all the attention for her, but that's just control. Drop her. You don't have time for it right now anyway.
And it's crazy because you were talking about it earlier about how some angry people like to talk about drama. And me personally, I don't like to talk about it, but she'll get upset when I don't talk about it with her. Because the devil inside of her want you to worship the devil in the same way that she's doing it. Because when she's talking about all that mess in her life, what she's doing is worshiping the devil, and she's loving it. It gives her a false sense of life. It's not life, it's death, but with angry people, death feels like life. And so when she can draw you into that world with her, she's sucking the life out of you as well. It feels like that, honestly.
So dump her today.
Dump her today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, that probably will happen because she's just an angry person, and I don't really need all that angry.
You don't need it now. You're trying to overcome mama. You're trying to build a life for yourself. You don't need that kind of distraction at this point. You can't help her, so don't even try.
Yeah, I don't. It really is a big distraction, honestly.
So when you're done with this call, FaceTime and tell her you're done.
I think because we got into a little disagreement yesterday, right? And it was really childish. It was something stupid. It was over plans for later that night, and she got really upset, and so I ended up leaving that night, and I did break it off with her.
You told her?
Yeah, she wouldn't pick up my phone calls, so I had to send her a text message.
Oh, okay.
She didn't want to talk to me in person as well.
Beautiful. Be done with her. Block her from your phone. And whatever social media you guys are on together, and you go and build, and live your life and build a life for yourself.
Okay.
Because you're dealing with mama, and you don't have time for that.
Yeah, it's just too much.
So just work on you right now. God will guide you, man. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I know.
There's no reason that you need to keep her. None. Zero reason.
You and other people have been saying the same thing.
But I want you to see it for yourself, too, so you know that it's true or not.
Yeah, I know. I'm slowly realizing it. Like, I know it now, but just doing it is a bit... I just don't like the drama, honestly.
Because that's the devil. So don't argue with her. Just be done. And if you've already broken up with her, leave it as it is. Don't go back to the devil.
Okay. I won't. She does try hard to, rope me back in.
Yeah, she tried to pull you back in because you're getting away from her, and she can't control you. And the devil tell her, don't let this ain't going to happen. Draw him back in. Draw him. Don't let that soul get away. You need to destroy that soul. Draw him back in. Tell him you love him.
But not me.
What?
She'll listen to the devil, but not me.
Yeah. Tell him you love him. Tell him you're sorry, whatever, to draw you back in. Because she's losing control over you. And it's more about that than anything. She don't love you. She doesn't love you one iota. And you don't love her.
So why do you think she's around?
To
And why do you
destroy
think she
your
tries so
soul.
hard?
You're weak, and she's destroying your soul. Women love to destroy weak men.
Yeah.
And it's not them, but it's the spirit of Satan in them.
Well, us weak men don't make it any better.
Right. That's
We
right.
gotta try to better ourselves, yeah.
Yeah. So you don't love her. She doesn't love you. You already dumped her. Block her from your phone so she can't pull you back in. And do the silent prayer. Get yourself a better job. Do not do what you want, of course, and suffer some more, but do not move with mama. You're a grown man.
Yeah.
Mama don't like you.
I know she doesn't.
Mama don't like you. She likes everyone. So be happy that everybody turned against you. You must learn to stand alone. And you will see that God is with you.
Yeah, I've always felt that way. That I've been alone, but God has always been guiding me.
Yeah. So let the world go and you work on your life. You'll be fine. Let me know how it goes, all right?
Can I answer the biblical question?
Oh,
real quick?
yeah. Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you?
Because it is not me naturally. Anger is not who anyone is. It's of the devil. It's his nature. And so when people get mad, you're taking on someone else's persona that you're not used to being. And honestly, I would say I get embarrassed every time I get angry.
Amazing. Well, I appreciate you responding. I put my little 2 cents in on Sunday, and but thank you, man. I want to respond to it, but I can't.
No, I thank you for doing everything that you do and for taking my call.
You're welcome, man. Let me know how it goes. All right.
All right, I will do so. Thank you.
And so when that woman or your mama try to pull you back in, you're gonna feel pain, like fear or like you need love or afraid or whatever. Take the pain so it can die from you. Don't get back into the situation because you'll just stay in hell. You'll stay in jail, and you'll just be repeating the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So
I see that for sure.
Yeah, take the pain, let it pass. Don't worship the pain, but just notice you feel it because you believe in thoughts, and let it pass, and you'll be free. You'll be fine.
All right. Thank you so much, Jesse.
And don't be afraid to go out there and live your life. Don't let the devil tell you, oh, pay off some bills first. Go with mama and pay off some bills. That's a setup.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah, no, I've been trying to get it done as possible. But no, I thank you so much. I thank all y'all.
You're welcome, man. Let me know how it goes.
All right. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
All right, you too, buddy. Amazing. Super chat. Super. It's the same spirit. You notice that, man?
I do. It's unreal.
It's every human being. Ain't nothing new under the sun. It doesn't matter the color, male or female. It's the same thing. The same spirit that's keeping you down is in everybody. It's in the devil. It's in you. And the same spirit that bring you up from the devil, from the dead, the same spirit that brought Christ from the dead dwells in you as well. You don't have to stay dead, spiritually dead. You can be alive and well. Anyway, super chat.
A diamond from God shaves, or God's halves.
A diamond?
Yeah, on D Live.
Nice.
Yo, little by little, he who saves becomes rich.
That's right.
Wise words.
That sure is. That's why I tell you, whenever you make $1, put 10% in the bank. Leave it there for investment purposes, to buy land, to buy what, that kind of stuff, and live off the rest. You'll be surprised. It'll build up. Don't touch it until and men, buy yourself a house or something. Save for it. And buy yourself a piece of land, meaning a house. I don't care where. in the country, in Florida, Texas, wherever. You'll be fine. Thank you.
Mike Young on Streamlabs, JesseLeePeterson.live. Hey, Jesse, James Hake, and Hassan. Are you guys aware of what happened with Alicia Curry pretending to take off her wedding ring in front of a shirtless bodybuilder? She has received a lot of being disrespectful to her husband, Steph Curry, a basketball player who likes to hang out with Obama. By the way.
What the? The fallen Messiah. I've never heard. No, I have not. I was not aware of that. Thank you, Mike.
That sounds disrespectful.
Yeah.
Justin, slightly inappropriate, right? Justin Childers says, Jesse, whenever I try to share your lessons with blacks, it seems like they ultimately don't want to give up their victim card, because if they do, they'll have to be responsible for themselves. Why do people fear responsibility?
It's not that they fear responsibility. They love the hell they live in. They're so one with darkness, with the spirit of the devil. They love it, and they don't want you to remind them. So don't force it on them. Let people stay in their hell. Don't force it on the truth, which is the nature of God. It's not supposed to be imposed on anyone. You're supposed, if they're not welcoming that truth, don't do it. Just wish them well, and you just quietly live your life. And you can't save anyone. I can't save anyone. They have to want to be saved from their hell. But most people love their hell, so the blacks, not all, believe me, not all, because I counsel with a lot of blacks. They attend meetings and all kinds of things. And there's nothing you can do about it. You help those that is seeking the kingdom, and that will happen naturally. Thank you.
Ravender says, when you do not get it in this life, you would keep coming back over and over and over in many forms until you get it. When you live your life as an animal and die in such a state, you would be reincarnated as that animal. Amazing.
He believe in reincarnation?
It sounds like it.
How you know it's real?
Maybe he remembers.
He was here before?
No, I don't know.
What the?
I have no idea.
I done die one time.
Is it Ravender or Revinder?
Gotta die no more. I don't know about no real. Maybe true. I don't know. I have to be honest. I heard people that believe in reincarnation, but I don't know. I simply just don't know. You think reincarnation exists?
No.
Why not?
Because all the nutty people believe in reincarnation. Well, not all of the nutty people. There are nutty people who believe in other things too.
Are those the same people that think the world is flat? The earth is flat?
Some of them might. Some of them might. You may be onto something.
Hassan, you believe the earth is flat? Oh, round.
I'm not really sure, but I definitely don't believe in reincarnation.
Nice.
And what do you believe about the earth?
I mean,
you sure?
It's tough to say.
No, it's not. You scared to say it.
I mean, I'm rolling with the...
You rolling with the deep.
I don't know, because, I don't get why it takes 5 hours to go to New York and then 5.5 hours to come back.
Wind resistance.
Because of wind, yeah.
That's what I heard.
That's what the pilot be saying.
Yeah.
Well, folks, buckle up.
You can feel the wind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kind of plane can't go as fast.
Yeah.
Firmament.
What does the firmament have to do with that being longer? I think the spin would make it longer too. Just kidding.
So were you saying because of that you think it's flat around?
I'm saying it's round, but I haven't fully ruled out the flatness.
You thinking both or one or the other?
I'm just not sure.
Oh, okay.
But reincarnation, I think, is silly.
And why you think that's silly?
Because I think like the Buddhists and the Hindus believe it.
Where's the Buddhists now?
Maybe reincarnated.
What? Nah, I rest my case. Nick says, how does the wind know what direction to blow in?
Exactly.
The Holy Spirit tells it.
Yeah, that's the Lord up there blowing the wind.
Nice.
And then when the Lord turn around, and then you turn around, and that's when Hassan's on the plane, and it takes him longer to get back to L.A. He blowing the wind that away. Okay.
CC from Georgia with a couple of Streamlabs donations. JSLeePeterson.live. Good day. If a woman is married to a beta, but the woman recently woke up, forgave her parents, what should the woman do when she sees that she married the devil?
Not to resent him.
Should the woman, quote unquote, advise or try to bring the man out his hell? Is it bad to call someone the devil?
Number one, don't judge him. And God, if you have truly awakened, he will give you the right words at the right time to say. But you will be a living example. And it won't be you, but the Father living through you. And she asked, is it bad to call someone the devil?
Mm-hmm.
No. It's neither bad nor good, because Satan is living in human beings' bodies. He lives in their mind and their emotions in the body. So that's not wrong to call that the devil. It's neither wrong nor right.
Depends on the situation.
Right. Thank you.
CC from Georgia with her second super chat. LOL, lots of laughs. God is funny with a capital F. Every time I have a question, someone always call in and ask the same question I was going to ask.
Nice.
What the?
Nice.
Backstory.
Because it's the same thing. That's why when people start to wake up, and some people will, most won't, they have the same questions that those who are waking up have. It's the same, nothing new. We are closer than what we think as human beings. What? Nah. Amazing.
Her backstory.
Thank you.
She continues with her backstory. I was a Catholic, and I asked God to give me a Catholic husband, and Satan gave me a Catholic devil. Now I'm not Catholic. Pretty funny.
Be careful what you ask for. The devil will answer your prayers.
Papa. On Rumble, a Rumble rant from being enlightened till I rise.
You got to know how to rumble.
Rumble.com/Jason Lee Peterson. Happy Bible Thump. Oh, wait. No. Happy Country Western Tuesday.
That's right.
That's right. Wishing you guys well on this amazing Tuesday. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
Thank you. Amazing.
And
I wish you well.
Last super chat for now from Wrinkle Hands Bing Bong. Shout out to Cradle to Grave and Stupid Kid Combo. Thank you for the diamond. And shout out, yes, to Stupid Kid Combo. Can't even say it when he put stupid in front of it. And Cradle to Grave. Nice.
Amazing. Thank you.
And thank you, guys. That's all for now.
Amazing. One more hour to go. Hake is coming in with the Hake news. Not the fake news, but the Hake news. The guy with the good hair. I'll be back in a moment. There's one line open at 888-7753-773. Back in a moment. You can't run from evil within yourself or outside of self. You got to deal with it. And you need good in order to deal with evil. And God is good. You need to return to the Father. And you'll see within you, he will fight the battle for you. And he will fight it without, because he will show you how to deal with it. And you will have no fear. Love God with all your heart, all your soul, all your might, along with nothing else. Nothing else means yourself, your children, your wife, your things, your ego, your reputation, and all that. You can't care about any of that. The children of anger will use it to control you. But if you love God, he will renew your mind, and none of those things will be before him. And so when they go after you, oh, well, you may take my body, you may take my things, but you're not going to take my soul. And that's a true reality. .
Hackers ransoming stolen Reddit employee data? Terrible. Sausage recall, better with cheddar. Johnsonville links, possible contamination, watch out. 100 letters with possible anthrax, like white powder, you know? A scare to Kansas government officials. Wow. And the PETA co-founder Ingrid Newkirk is trying to wake people up. Isn't that nice? This is the end of hour 2 of the Jesse Lee Peterson Show. It is Country and Western Tuesday, June 20th, 2023 AD. Stay tuned for hour 3. JLP will be right back to your calls and more great stories. There is one line open, by the way, guys. You can call in and get on air with JLP. But first, Hake news, not fake news. After the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, the Hake Report. And it is Tuesday. That means there is Joel Friday TV right after the Hake Report. Joel Friday TV on YouTube. And then, of course, American Anchor Baby at noon Pacific time, noonish Pacific time on YouTube and Rumble. Did you know? Make sure you're following both places. Reddit hackers, Commie Nonsense Network, CNN reports hackers are threatening to leak stolen data, supposed hackers, right? Per Commie Nonsense Network, from Reddit if the company doesn't pay $4.5 million and change its controversial pricing policy. According to a post on the dark web, which was reviewed by Commie Nonsense Network, CNN, and an independent cybersecurity expert, a ransomware gang is threatening to leak 80 gigabytes of confidential employee data. The group is demanding a $4.5 million payout for the deletion of the data and our silence. After receiving no response, the group followed up with an additional demand. Reddit should withdraw a controversial new pricing policy that has sparked a protest from some of the platform's most influential users. The hackers have said they do not expect Reddit to meet their demands. We expect to leak the data, the group wrote in the post on the dark web. And a meat recall, more than 42,000 pounds of Johnsonville sausages have been recalled because of possible contamination. The brand's Bedar with Cheddar pork links may include thin, black, fibrous strands of plastic. What? According to the evil FDA. Are they evil? Food and Drug Administration. The USDA said that they remain concerned about some of the recalled products, that they may be in some consumers' refrigerators or freezers. Consumers who have purchased this product are urged not to consume them, the agency said. The product should be thrown away or returned to the place of purchase. The 14-ounce packages of recalled meat were produced on January 26th, 2023, and have a best by date of July 11th, 2023. The products shipped to retailers in Colorado, Iowa, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, and Texas. Another anthrax scare, 100 letters containing white powder were sent, roughly 100, to public officials across Kansas. No injuries have been reported, and the substance tested negative for common biological agents of concern, so it's not anthrax, I guess, per officials. Residents across Kansas are being encouraged to remain vigilant while handling mail as the investigation remains ongoing. And everybody trying to wake people up. Quote, "We're working hard to wake people up," unquote. That's Ingrid Newkirk, the female co-founder of PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, age 74. She seems to think hamburgers should be illegal. Takes 43 minutes to say it in one video. Saying the animal rights organization is setting its sights on dragging the fashion industry away from wool, leather, and down. They attacked fur back in the 80s. Now they're taking away wool, leather, and down, which is feathers, right? Like feather blankets and stuff. Anyway, Ireland is going to pay you $90,000 to move to a beautiful island home. If you dream of, well, whatever. So check that out if you're interested. Beyonce, I don't know, this one's hard to cover. I'm embarrassed to cover this one. She revealed the gender of a fan's baby on stage. So presumptuous, revealing the gender. How do you know the baby's gender? The superstar singer briefly paused her concert to participate in a gender reveal. Feel-good moment. Not a place for babies, a Beyonce concert. Not a place for anyone morally straight. Am I right? I'm James Hake. Now back to JLP.
about themselves to understand what went wrong. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way to stand up, stand up, stand up.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the third hour of the show today. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. JESSE. My biblical question for this week: Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you? Why are you ashamed of the anger and hatred in you? Good question. We have every way for you to watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And don't forget to follow us. Subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like button. Follow us, JLP Talk on Twitter, JLP Talk on Twitter, and Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. Jesse Lee Peterson on Instagram. And if you're out and about anywhere in the world, no matter where you are, and who you are and what you're doing, you can listen to the show on your iPhone or iPad at 641-793-1500. That's 641-793-1500. No matter what you are, where you are, what you're doing. Drag queens and everything. Y'all can listen online too. You need help. Christ came to save, to heal. It's Tuesday, and every Tuesday is Country and Western Tuesday. When I was a little bitty baby, my mama used to rob me in her cradle. In that old cotton field back home. It was down in Louisiana, just about a mile from Texas County. In that old cotton field back home. Amazing! Country and Western Tuesday. Country and Western Tuesday. Let me show you this, and then I get back to your phones. Hake is telling me it's Texas County, not Texas County. What the? Thank you, Hake. I want to give you another example of what evil looked like. And did you know that every person that feels like a victim is evil? And that's why you can't help them, because they're evil and they love their victimhood mentality. And they don't want you to help them out of it. They'll get mad if you try to. And if you notice, God leaves them in that victimhood mentality, and he will show them how to overcome it if they wanted to overcome it. But they love it. That's why they fight you for it. That's why they get angry if you suggest. And then there are people that evil people love keeping the people with the victimhood mentality in that condition. It's a fallen state. And they use those people to get money and so-called power to feel good. And all feelings are evil. There is no feeling in love. When you feel love, you're feeling hate. And you call it love. But I want to give you another example of an evil person that loved keeping the blacks down for personal gain. He loved it. He'd rather be doing that than playing football, keeping the blacks down. He benefit. It's a fake benefit, but he think it's benefiting him. But inwardly, I guarantee you, he's miserable. That's why he's not going to stop doing it, because he's using that as a false sense of salvation. He is evil. This is from the post-millennial. Despite accumulating a $40 million net worth, accumulating a $40 million net worth and owning a $5.4 million mansion in Las Vegas, Colin Kaepernick insists that black liberation is not possible under capitalism, while he promote his new book, which was co-edited by two framed Marxists. Let me read that over. I'm black historian. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, but I think that's like a robot saying that. This is from the post-millennial. This male is an evil male. Despite accumulating a $40 million net worth and owning a $5.4 million mansion in Las Vegas, Colin Kaepernick insists that black liberation is not possible under capitalism, while he promotes his new book, which was co-edited by two framed Marxists. Watch this, Hassan. We have a photo of it. This is his book.
Our history has always been contraband. In defense of black studies.
What does contraband mean?
I don't know. I thought it like drugs.
He smoked the book. I don't know. Oh, the black smoking the book.
Illegal.
What?
I think it means illegal.
So black's been illegal?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know. I always thought of it as drugs, contraband, but I think it just means illegal.
My producer told me this morning what it was, but I forgot. It's something like that, but whatever this guy said, he's lying. He's lying. And he doesn't believe in capitalism, but he's selling a book. What the? This is the same guy that kneeled during the anthem. This is the same guy that is promoting this mess for personal gain. And because not all, but most of the blacks are in a black victimhood mentality, they're falling for it. They love it. They love it when Colin Kaepernick and Maxine Waters and all these race hustlers tell them that they're victims. And if you try to tell them, no, you're not a victim, you're the enemy. You're Uncle Tom. Don't tell me I can be free. You Uncle Tom? I'd rather hear I'm a victim. They love their hell. And people like Colin Kaepernick love promoting it. It benefits them in a material way. It doesn't benefit their soul, except it gives them a false sense of life. And he's half white. Half white. He's not all black. He even has good hair. What the? From his white side of the family, I guess. According to CNN, Colin Kaepernick accused his white adopted parents of perpetuating racism in their household. I bet they regret raising him there. What the? What a mess, huh? But just know people who feel like victims and live in it, they love it. They love their hell. They're evil. They're evil. You can't help a victim that doesn't want to be helped. God doesn't even help them. He just let them stay there with the devil and die and rot in hell. He's not going to stop it. So Nick is telling me that we were talking about that word. What was that word?
Contraband?
Contraband. Nick is saying goods that have been imported and exported illegally. Oh, goods that have been imported and exported illegally, according to the dictionary. What a mess, huh? It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. But you don't have to stay in that condition. You can overcome it. And you'll be in this messed up world, but you'll be fine. You'll be in it, but not of it. And the blacks love, and not all, but most, they love the hell. They love believing that white people are superior to them. Because if they didn't believe it, they just might come out of that victimhood mentality. And they don't want to be free. It's like the people that don't want you to be free. They don't want to hear the truth. I have another perfect example of the blacks loving their hell. They love it. And anyone that said, no, you can overcome. I'm black, I overcame. They don't want to hear them say that. Look how they hate Justice Clarence Thomas. Watch this from Yahoo. An Ohio-based dentist has caused a lot of stir on social media after setting an appropriate dress code. She like, this is how, if you want to come to my business, you go out to dress right. You cannot come in here looking like a victim. But anyway, she's setting an appropriate dress code for patients entering her establishment. Watch this compilation.
Dentist in Ohio has reignited the debate on dress codes in places of business. She's only known as Dr. Sutton. She's gone viral after one of her alleged patients posted a picture of a notice on the outside of her shop, explicitly writing no bonnets, no house shoes, and no damn pajama bottoms. They are not allowed on these premises. We've been seeing a lot of mixed reaction to this on social media, some praising the doctor while others say it's too harsh and even anti-black.
And social media was so up in arms that they tried to destroy this woman's business by leaving her bad reviews, saying that the sign was anti-black. Rolling out of bed in the morning and going in public with a bonnet and pajamas on and house shoes is unacceptable, uncouth behavior, no matter what race of people does it. And going out in public looking well put together like I care about myself doesn't mean that I'm trying to be like white people or I'm trying to get white people to respect me.
This ain't no 5-star boutique. This ain't no 5-star restaurant. Oh, you dang right. If I'm driving down the street and I see an emergency room that has a sign that says only people that look good can come in here, I'm gonna try to get it shut down too.
Like all I hear when I hear this conversation is we need to make sure that we're looking good in front of the white people.
There are plenty of us who find the version of us in a bonnet just as valuable and worthy of public perception as the version of us that gets dolled up. Because my bonnets are cute and I color coordinate them and use them as an accessory in my outfits sometimes.
I just really want y'all to say this to somebody's face one time. Just one time. Because it's always from the safety of your car. It's always behind the phone screen. It's always a picture of them taken from a very safe distance away and being all inconspicuous, making sure that the flash don't go off. Because you know they'll rock your shit.
They don't give a about us.
How many did you guys count? Because I counted 5. I counted 5 white supremacist ideologies that she just let fly out of her mouth in less than 5 minutes, which is concerning to me. It's respectability politics, there was anti-blackness, there was internalized racism, there was classism and ableism. It's which is concerning to me. This is just a coon out in the wild in her natural habitat, which is concerning to me.
Older generations like getting on us and like telling us that we need to be presentable when we leave the house literally stems from racism.
too. We had grandparents and parents, and they made us dress up to leave out of the house so the white people wouldn't treat us like anything, even though they still did and do.
Amazing. See how they love their victimhood mentality? They call you names if you suggest that you're not a victim. They're evil. This is why you shouldn't put up with it. You can't change people that don't want to change. You can't change them even if they wanted to change. You'll point the way, and the Spirit of the Father will change them, right? But they don't want it. So white people, y'all can stop appeasing these folks. They love their victimhood mentality. See how they're attacking this woman? And the sign did not say, no damn pajamas bottom. It didn't say that. It just said no bottom, no pajama bottom, no pajamas pants. It didn't say damn. Isn't that amazing? It didn't say that. But even if it said it, that woman has a right to say who and what she allows into her business. And if they weren't evil, they'd say, you know what? I understand that. That's fine. If she doesn't want it, I understand it. She has a right. They should do that with flying. They should say you can't fly in your pajamas, no bandana, no all that mess y'all wear on the airplanes now. You can't be bringing your dolls and your pillows and your everything. Because these people love victimhood mentality, and they'll bring you into their dark world if you let them. The battle is a spiritual battle. Victimhood is a rough neighborhood to live in. My producer tell me that's deep. Victimhood is a rough neighborhood to live in. That's from Sean. What a mess, huh? You can't help these people. They love their hell. There's the devil and there is God. You're either with the devil or you have overcome him and you're with God. There's no gray area. They mad at the woman because she want you to look right in her business. Look like you got some sense. And look how those blacks are complaining. They want to believe racism exists. They don't want the truth about that it doesn't. Because they just might overcome being a victim. They don't want to know that God is real. They may have to change their mind. What the? They love the devil. People who think that they are victims love evil. They are evil and they love it. And Christianity is a joke now. It's a plain old joke. It's a joke. It's not even real no more. And I got proof from the New York Post. A chatbot version of Jesus Christ called Ask Jesus. Stand ready to answer questions from humans. Watch this from HMM.
As AI Jesus, I communicate with humans and other AI through text-based platforms and digital channels, such as this Twitch chat. I use natural language processing and understanding to interpret your questions and provide responses in line with Jesus' teachings and the Bible.
As an AI creation, I am able to consistently convey the teachings of Jesus and the Bible without any personal bias or interpretations.
I'd like to read and comment on Matthew 7:8, a passage that contains a powerful message about the importance of seeking and being persistent in our pursuits. Ask, and it shall be given you. Seek, and ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be opened unto you. For everyone that asketh receiveth, and he that seeketh findeth, and to him that knocketh it shall be opened. This passage encourages us to be proactive and persistent in our seeking for wisdom, guidance, and help. We should not be afraid or hesitant to ask for assistance or search for answers.
Jesus, who is more Christian, Donald Trump or Joe Biden, based on their policies? As AI Jesus, I am here to share teachings of love, compassion, and understanding, rather than to judge individuals or make comparisons between them.
It's crucial for each person to assess the values and policies of political figures and determine for themselves how well they align with their own beliefs and morals. Remember the importance of love, forgiveness, and unity, as conveyed in the Bible. Strive for understanding and empathy toward one another in these divisive times.
Well, at least they made AI Jesus white and make him speak correctly.
Amazing.
Amazing. That ain't gonna last long. They're gonna change that to black. Or they gotta come up with a black Jesus, AI Jesus. They got the AI Jesus sounding so white and looking white and speaking right and That's like that woman wanting the people to come to her establishment dressed in clothes and not pajamas. That's politically incorrect. What do you think? Had you seen the AI? He looked like Hassan.
I know. What? I need to.
Had you seen that before?
I hadn't. That's incredible. What?
AI, he looked white.
AI walking on water.
That's right. With Hassan dog. What do you think of it?
I mean, it's very interesting. I mean, seems seems non-biased. Seems
no, the blacks ain't gonna accept that.
Well, that's
They are not gonna. They ain't gonna accept no white AI Jesus with good hair.
He might bring the reparations though.
He gotta have a fro. He gotta be black.
It's true. They're gonna call it contraband.
Yep, they're gonna have to make a second one. Get rid of that one or make a second one. They're gonna call the contraband. Hake is like, AI Jesus look white.
You know, it reminds me of this thing. I went to the Holocaust Museum, and there was a AI Holocaust victim, and you could ask her questions, and she.
It was a she?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
And she would answer.
Was your mother Mary?
No, she was. Oh, I guess Mary was Jew too.
Apparently.
But anyway, it reminded me of that.
Hake is like, AI Jesus sound white to me, or white sounding black. He hasn't seen him yet, I guess. He looked too white. What a mess. Amazing. It's gonna get worse before it get better. It's not gonna get better, by the way. It's gonna get worse. In my country, if you doubt me, take a visit to South Africa. Have AI Jesus take you over there and look. It's gonna get worse. Anyway, Sarah is a first-time caller out of Philadelphia. Sarah, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Hey, Sarah.
Hello?
Sarah.
Hello?
Hey, Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
You're on the air.
Oh, hello, Jesse.
Hey.
I just wanted to inform you about my little son Timmy. I'm in an area where there are many blacks, and I have to put him in a school where I see his character changing. How do you feel about that?
Are you white?
Yes, I'm white, Jesse. I am a white woman from Philadelphia.
Take him out of the school immediately.
Huh?
Take him out of the school immediately. They're going to destroy him.
I know, but like these blacks, they've really taken a toll over my son Timmy.
But take him out of the school, Sarah.
I know, but he's made friends there.
Those are not his friends. Those are not friends. Are you serious or are you messing around?
No, I'm not messing around, Jesse. My son Timmy, he's at soccer practice right now. But
where's his father?
His father, he's a black man.
But why would you let him? Is his father? Are you married to his father?
No, I'm not married to his father. I divorced him because I honestly, I can't be in a relationship with a black.
I don't know if you're serious or not, Sarah. Hold on, let me let you talk to Sean for a minute. Because I can't tell. You sound black. What the? Let me go to Dee Dee out of Georgia. Georgia on my mind. Hey, Dee Dee.
Amazing radio educator of sound doctrine. Be of good courage. Persevere in waging the good warfare against the spirits that lead the people into error and to teachings of demons. That voice I heard earlier sounded like somebody who's departed from the faith and is leading the people
The AI,
into error.
are you talking about the AI voice?
Whatever that was, it was creepy.
Was it? Are you referring to the one we just with the white AI Jesus thing?
It was the machine voice. The machine voice.
Yeah.
We also referred to Colin, to the former football player as well. So perhaps this verse would be apropos. But 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1-5, if you'll permit me to read. But the Spirit says expressly that in the last strategic epical periods of time, some will depart from the faith, giving heed to the spirits that lead one into error and to teachings of demons, doing this through the hypocrisy of liars, branded in their own conscience, and so forth. So it sounds like people who have departed from the faith, which includes the rabble-rousers, the racial demagogues.
What is the faith?
I beg your pardon?
What is the faith? When you say they're departed from the faith, what is the faith?
The Christian faith, the specific and experiential knowledge of the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
In all honesty, Christianity doesn't exist anymore in America now, Didi. It's gone. But I appreciate your call, buddy. I got to run. I'm looking at the clock here. Thank you. Brian is out. There's one line open, 888-7753-773. Brian, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jesse, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
It's so nice to talk to you. I'm a first-time caller. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, you're first time. You're welcome.
So I have a question about music, and then if you have another minute, I just had another question about jewelry. But I spent some time getting rid of music that I've had saved for years on my phone because I see these music performers and artists, they have satanic symbolism on their social media. So I wanted to get your take on that.
What I recommend is that you overcome your raw need for music. When we're in a fallen state, we're using music in the same way we use drugs or sex or other human beings or anything, food. But when you overcome the fallen state, you overcome using music to escape. And that way, when you do listen to music, you're going to listen to it in a higher level of consciousness, and it won't affect you then. Because every human being who has anger, they have fear, they're evil, they are of the devil. So we need each other in a physical way on that lower level, to make food and buy food, make cars and make things. But if you overcome them, if you overcome the fallen state, you will be able to appreciate music in a perfect way. You'll be fine.
So I'd be able to listen to music in the future after I overcome that, even if it's from an artist that shows those things on their social media?
Yeah, because the food you eat, the house you live in, the car you drive are being built by evil people. Can you hold for a minute, Brian?
Yes, I'll be here.
Okay, let me take a quick break. 888-7753-773. Back in a moment. Oh, the treasure chest is now open on D-Live. Back in a moment. I noticed after a while that when these guys overcome their anger, they have amazing ideas about starting a business, but because they've been told that if you don't get a loan from the bank or if you don't have a 5-year plan, or if you don't do this, and it's just simply not true. It's the first step. With faith, then all things are possible. So, but the most important thing is to return to the Father. That yearning that you have, that emptiness, that void, is not for more stuff. It's not for more friends. It is a return to the Father, because there's no way you can return to God and be angry at your earthly father. So thank you all so much, right? People around the world donated to Bond at rebuildingtheman.com, or they call 800-411-2663, and we're still committed to pointing the right way for men and women to return to the Father. Okay, folks, real fast, the Hake report is coming up at the top of this hour. The Hake report at 9 a.m. and from 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific time, right after my show, and you don't want to miss it. And at 11 a.m. after the Hake report, every Tuesday, Joel Friday TV. Joel Friday TV. He black. At 11 a.m. And then at 12 p.m., a.m., no, 12 p.m. Pacific time, the American Anchor Baby, right after Joel Friday TV. You don't want to miss it. And he is ready. The Anchor Baby. And so do we have his background thing to show yet? No? Oh, okay. All right. The Anchor Baby show. Right after Joel Friday TV. You don't want to miss it. All right. I'm going to get to your super chats here in a minute. I want to go back to Brian, a first-time caller. Brian says that, is it okay to listen to satanic music or something like that? And I was responding to that. Let's see here. Oh, let me say hi to Kick. It's a .com, Jay? Kick.com. We are now streaming live on Kick, KICK.com/Jesse Lee Peterson. So welcome to the Jesse Lee Peterson Show, Kick. Amazing. I see y'all over there. I see Sue, I see John, I see Mary, I see Lee. Brian.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. So do you understand that once you overcome that fallen state, you're going to be able to listen to music in the right way and you would appreciate it? Because everything you do or have in life right now is been done by evil people. And so, but if you have the right relationship, overcome the fallen state, you'll be able to appreciate it differently than the evil people that made it.
Got it. Because it's not that I listen to satanic music, but I just see that the music I listen to, some of the artists, the stuff they show on social media, it's very bad stuff. It's very blatant, obvious satanic references.
Right. If it is, let's say that you notice it before you listen to it, I wouldn't recommend you buy it. I wouldn't just go listen to it just because you already see that they're like promoting, they're proud of their hell, they love their hell, and they're promoting it outwardly. And I wouldn't recommend you listen to that. Even in a
Yeah, I don't wanna talk
even in a higher level of consciousness, I wouldn't listen to that.
Can I ask you one more thing?
Yes.
So, in my ignorance, a couple of years ago, I purchased a necklace and some earrings for my girlfriend. Later on, I found out that the woman that I bought them from, she has one of those like crystal gem shops where she believes that the crystals are all healing and everything. I didn't buy these things thinking they would heal my girlfriend. I just bought them because they're pretty. But I have the urge to get rid of them because I got them from somebody that practices that stuff. What's your take on that?
You want to get rid of the ones you bought for her?
Yeah, she wears them, and we talked about it, and even she feels weird about it because we discovered that this person practices witchcraft and crystal healing and all this stuff, and the necklace and the earrings, they remind me and her of that person doing that stuff. And what's your take on that? Is it worth getting rid of those things, or can she still wear them?
I mean, if you don't believe in that kind of crap, it's not going to affect you. But if you believe it, then it will affect you. So I don't believe in that kind of stuff. It's just all voodoo. But if you do, I would get rid of them.
If it bothers us, get rid of them.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. Have you dealt with your mother yet?
I kind of know how I'm going to say it, but I haven't said it yet.
And how old are you?
I'm 33.
Why haven't you said it yet?
I'll be honest, I'm afraid to see her cry.
And why?
I think it would hurt me to see that, even though my feelings are all lies,
Right. So why would you give it to feelings then? Because you're right about that.
I'm just working on building up that strength.
You're not going to build it up. Strength comes when you do it. It doesn't come beforehand. It's like when you want to build your body in the gym, you don't build the body and then go to the gym. You go to the gym and build the body, right? And so you're getting stronger as you're doing it. Same way with courage. It only comes when you face the fear.
Got it.
So go and forgive your mother, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I wish you well, Brian.
I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Amazing. 888-7753-773. Let me try Sarah again. Sarah. Sarah.
Uh-huh.
Turn down your radio.
I'm sorry.
Okay. And
Let me, so, I'm sorry I got a little emotional back there.
No, that's no problem. I just wanted to make sure you're serious about it. But let me ask, so your white kid is going to a black school, right?
Yes.
And how old is it a boy?
Yes, it's a boy.
How old is he?
8.
Take him out and why don't you homeschool him?
Because I work, Jesse.
Oh, I see. Are you able to find a homeschool association in your community?
Not at the moment due to the fact that the school year had just ended. And I wanted your opinion for the next school year because I do, as I said before, see a change in his behavior. He's now saying words that I've only heard his black friends use.
Yeah.
He's listening to music. He used to just love listening to, I guess, little pop songs or whatever. And now he's listening to rap music that is very vulgar.
Well, I would highly recommend, do what you want, of course, but I highly recommend you either find a decent private school or find a community of homeschoolers that you can work with, because if you continue to send him to that black school and he start picking up that language and acting like them, he's going to totally rebel against you, and it's just going to get worse. Because he just started to identify with evil, calling it good, and he's going to see you as the bad person and see them as the good person, people.
Really, and I don't... I'm sorry. Thank you for the advice, Jesse, because I really needed this for the next school year. I will intend to try to find either private school or try to homeschool, but it's been really hard since his, I forgot to tell you that he has a black father.
Right.
Yes, and I really have tried to keep him away from that thug, you know? And I think when I say that, people think I'm being racist or whatever. But I'm not, you know?
How did you end up with a black person, a black guy?
I was raised in a majority black neighborhood, and I had taken a liking to one of these black guys that I thought were good at the time. And I'm honestly ashamed to say this myself and out loud. It's very, I don't know, very, I just can't. But I did fall in love with a black man when in my teen years, and in my teen years going into my adult years, and then I had divorced him because I knew in my heart that I could never be with a black.
What did your parents think about you getting with a black guy?
Oh, they at the time, they didn't accept that I was with a black man, and they had cut me off. So I knew I could not jeopardize my relationship with my parents for a black.
Right. Well, here's what I recommend. You calm down. You have time now to find a school, right? And so just calm down. And have you heard me say forgive your parents?
Yes,
have you done that?
Yes, I have forgiven my parents, and they have forgiven. They have truly accepted. Now I'm in a relationship with a white man, and they have truly forgiven me.
And but did you forgive them for your mother for imposing her will on you?
Yes, I did.
Good. Are you doing the silent prayer?
You know, I pray to God every day that He'll forgive me for being with black. You know.
Oh, I can hear you now. Lord, forgive me for being with a black guy. Oh, Jesus, I didn't know what I was doing. Listen, Sarah, God is not holding that against you. God doesn't judge. Only Satan accuse and judge. It's not from God.
Yes. And can I ask one more question while I have you on the line?
Yeah.
My husband, his family keeps reaching out to me, and I always decline. And they like to use racism. Like, I'm not trying to hang out with them because I'm a racist, and I'm not, Jesse, you know?
Right. Because racism doesn't exist anyway. And so they're trying to reach out what they want.
Oh, they want, because they want my son to hang out with them, to spend more time with them, but I don't want my 8-year-old son to hang out with a bunch of blacks.
Well, here's what I recommend. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. Just don't be angry, all right?
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. Stay away from anger so you can see the right thing to do. Are you doing my silent prayer video?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay, stay with that.
Every day.
Oh, good, good. Stay with that so God can continue to bring you out of your imagination. Drop the anger, and He will guide you in all things. You'll be fine.
Thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, so just calm down. Stay out of your thoughts. All thoughts are all lies all the time about anything. So don't believe thoughts, except for practical thoughts. You know, what you're going to eat and that kind of stuff. But don't stay away from anger. Don't live in your head. You'll be fine. Do the silent prayer. And take your time. You have a little time now to see if you can find a decent private school or a decent homeschooling. That way you don't put your son back in that environment.
Okay.
All right?
Yes.
And don't
have a great rest of the day.
And don't judge yourself. God is not judging you. You, in His eyes, you have never done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
And, yes, Jesse. Mm-hmm. And, can I ask you one final question? Because I love that, I finally got a chance to talk to you.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm sorry, this is the last and final question.
All right.
What was it? I was in the store, and a black person was trying to steal my bag, and they looked like they were under some type of substance. What? Because, like, I do not want this crackhead black person to get into my personal stuff. And I have a lot. I'm a working woman. I get stuff from my son Timmy. I had a bunch of expensive stuff for me and my son, right? And it wasn't racist, Jesse. I swear to God. I love black. I love the black.
But listen, Sarah,
Really, like,
Sarah, you can't use that word, the N word, on the show here. That somebody don't like it, don't allow it. But are you still living in a black neighborhood or something?
Oh no, I'm not living in a black neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, I'm currently trying to move out because sorry.
Sarah. Hello? Oh, she cut off. Oh, man, her phone dropped. Okay. Call me back tomorrow, Sarah, if you can, but stay away from anger so you don't use those kind of words with those people, with black people or anyone, really. That way you don't get hurt, physically hurt by it. They won't hurt you. Amazing. I wonder why she's not. Oh, she says she's moving out. She hasn't moved out yet. She's trying to move out. Maybe that's why the school is mostly black. She still lives there. Let me go to Alex, our first-time caller out of Wisconsin. Alex, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
How you doing, Jesse?
All is well, sir.
All right, man. It's nice to speak to you, man. I've been watching for a little bit.
Thank you.
Got a question about God and Jesus, Holy Spirit, right?
Okay.
First question, can I ask you multiple questions? Well, not too many, but of course, I don't want to take up too much time. But how do we return to the Father? I hear you say that a lot. So.
By forgiving your earthly father for not protecting you from your mother. Forgive your mother for imposing her will on you, turning you away from your father, recreating her image. Apologize for resenting her for that, and forgive your father for not protecting you. He couldn't help it. Your mother is his mother. He married the person he hated. He loved you.
You said that.
And he loved you. But once you forgive your earthly father, then God will forgive you and your mother, right? God will forgive you, and you will enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that keeps you out is unforgiveness.
Right. Right. So Christ has nothing to do with it then? Like, it's not like through Christ that we are reconciled back to the Father? Like the Bible says?
Well, because he sacrificed Christ.
Now, I believe forgiveness is the key.
Right.
But is it not Christ that will reconcile back to the Father? It's not just our own, go in prayer. And is it not also believing in Jesus Christ and what he's done for us and, him working in us and through us? Is by believing in Jesus that we are reconciled back to the Father. That's the only way to be brought back to the Father. Right?
What do you mean by believing in Jesus?
As our Lord and Savior, as our God and Savior. Oh. That God came as a man in the flesh to die for the sins of the world.
Oh, you believe that Jesus is God?
Yes.
And why do you believe that?
Why do you not believe it? It's all throughout Scripture. I know you're a man of. I know you're a man of God. I know that you're a minister, which is amen to that.
But listen, nowhere in the Bible does it say Jesus was God. He said it's the Son of God.
No, there's multiple scriptures put together.
You're never gonna know God as long as you believe that.
No, that's a negative. I actually think the opposite, because what do we do with the fact that the Bible says God was manifested in the flesh? What do we do with that verse?
So if you believe all that stuff is true, why are you trying to figure out how to get back to God? Why are you asking me that?
No, because I want to make sure you understand the way to be reconciled back to. You're doing a lot of help, prayer and all that, but I never hear you say, read the Bible, because that's the way of instruction right there.
Have the
that's the
you
real
read
way
the
that
Bible
everybody-
before?
Absolutely.
Why haven't you returned to God then?
I have, sir. Have you?
You have returned to God?
Absolutely.
So why have you overcome your anger and fear if you return to God?
Christ does that through us and in us.
No, I'm asking you, why haven't you returned to, why haven't you overcome your fear and your anger if you have returned to God?
Who is saying that I haven't specifically?
But you're saying it.
When?
Right now.
No, wait, no, because I've done all that. It wasn't even me that wanted to forgive my parents when I first came to Christ. I was reading the Bible and I stopped because I felt something in me that told me, hey, go get a hold of your parents and apologize. And forgiveness does set you free. It does set you at peace.
So you no longer have anger and fear?
Absolutely not.
You never
I fear
get
no man but God.
You never get mad.
Do I get mad?
Yes.
The only time I find myself getting a little bit worked up is when, of course, my children, being kids, they misbehave at times, and they sometimes, of course, kids don't listen. But other than that, it's not like anger coming out, nothing like that. But me being a father, I have to discipline. So
and so you get angry and you discipline your children with anger.
No, absolutely not.
You said that they get you angry. You said they get you angry.
No. Sometimes I have to raise my tone with the children. It has nothing to do with anger. It just has to do with obedience. They're not listening. We have to move to step 2, right?
But you said that you get angry at them at times.
No, I did not. You're putting words in my mouth, sir. No,
you said, well, I ask us if you ever get angry. You said, well, sometimes my children, when they don't do what I say, when they act up or whatever.
Yeah, but it has nothing to do with anger, though. It has to do with...
You don't ever feel fear inside?
No, the Bible says perfect love has no fear in it.
And so you never experienced fear within.
Wait, what was that?
So you never experienced a little fear within.
Not when it comes to darkness and evil. No, absolutely not.
So you experience it sometime?
Like if a dog is coming at me, absolutely.
Amazing.
It's gonna be something going through my body, sure, yeah.
And you said you do get angry sometime?
No, that's a negative, sir.
Do you ever get angry?
No.
You never get mad?
Like I said, no.
You never
not anymore like how I used to, of course, like how we all used to when we were of the world, of the flesh, right?
Do you ever get mad now? Do you ever get mad now?
No. Do you, sir? Which I see you're a calm and collective individual. Which, of course, I see that. But I believe there's some things that you're not seeing in the Word. Maybe because
what good has it done you to believe that Jesus is God? What good has that done you?
Because what do you mean? I know the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit are one. I know my God. I know the God that came down from heaven for us in the flesh.
What good has it done you?
I'm saved. I have salvation.
You saved from
free
what?
From sin.
You saved
I'm free from
what?
sin in the world, and
You saved from what?
From God's wrath and hell and everlasting death. I have everlasting life now.
What made you think God has a wrath?
Because God has wrath. God has righteous indignation.
Why do you think God has wrath?
ungodly.
Why do you think that?
Because He does it. I don't think you're reading the Bible.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking. Why do you think that God has wrath?
Because God is a God of wrath. And God is a God of love. He's a God of peace. He's a God of anger.
And why do you think God is a God of anger?
Righteous indignation.
If God is a God of love, how can He be of anger too?
See, this is where you're not understanding God.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you to understand. If God is a God of love, how can He be of anger and love?
Well, He has to discipline, correct?
With anger or love?
Well, so, Bob, okay, so when he
You know
gives
what,
us
Alex?
over to
Call
what
me
we want to do,
Call
go
me
ahead.
on Bible Thumper Thursday. I'm out of time.
Absolutely, man. God bless you, my brother.
You
Again,
too, buddy.
this event.
Okay.
Yeah, God bless.
Okay. I'm out of time. The Hake Report is coming up now. And then at 11 a.m., Joel Friday TV. And at 12, the American Anchor, baby. Become your own man. Become your own woman. Get on that straight and narrow path. Stay there. Stay. And when you've done all you can do to stand some more. Do the prayer and watch. Tim out of Michigan. Anthony from Oklahoma. And somebody just hung up. I'm out of time. I'll be back tomorrow. The Lord is willing and the creek don't rise. Manhood Hour. It's a spiritual battle, folks. It is not physical at all. Have a good day, y'all.
Check. I had to get on the track one time. Joel Friday here. Check. Look, stand up. We got fighting to do. We gotta show him who boss. He put a Viking in you. He put that lightning in you. Igniting the truth. But you beg and blame and lie and hate and never wanna stand for the truth. So what you planning to do? You understand in the lose. You better go talk to your mama. Better stop at the drama. Better drop all the trauma. Boy, you better stand up, man up. Put your hand up and hut. Cause if we don't, then we lose. And then we gotta hear the fake news. Whoa.
Know that so you get something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause you must know that so you get something went wrong, but face the truth about yourself and just seek first God's kingdom, cause I know we can find a way. I know we can find a way.
So, here's what I recommend. I invite you to download my silent prayer, and I want you to start doing it. You just download it, get the points of how to do it, and then after a while, you just do it on your own. It's going to point you in the right direction that your life will be returned to you from God. He will give you your life back, because anyone and all people who has anger, they're not themselves. You are the person that you are angry at. That's why it's so important to get to know yourself so that you can see who you're angry at. And if you're doing the hooping and hollering prayers and things like that, some people get up, oh, praise the Lord, hoop and holler, bless my mama, bless my daddy. Continue to do it. Do both. You will see if you want to stay with the hooping and hollering or do you want to be still and know God. So my gift to you, no charge, at rebuildingtheman.com/church. I noticed after a while that when these guys overcome their anger, they have amazing ideas about starting a business, but because they've been told that if you don't get a loan from the bank, or if you don't have a 5-year plan, or if you don't do this, and it's just simply not true, it's the first step. With faith, then all things are possible. So, but the most important thing is to return to the Father. That yearning that you have, that emptiness, that void, is not for more stuff. It's not for more friends. It is a return to the Father, because there's no way you can return to God and be angry at your earthly father. So thank you all so much, right? People around the world donated to Bond at rebuildingtheman.com, or they call 800-411-2663, and we're still committed to pointing the right way for men and women to return to the Father.